Hey everybody, Joel Geyer here with Badger Beer Report, and I am standing inside what will soon be Milwaukee's newest brewery. So I'm here with Nick at what will soon be Treeline. Nick, can you kind of just give, before we start looking around here, brief introduction of yourself and Treeline?
Yeah, my name's Nick Guthery. I've been in the brewing industry, man. This is now 6 years. That was in February. I started at Carbon 4 back in the day, worked at Third Space Lakefront, and now I'm the head brewer at Broken Bat. And now I'm on this endeavor, and it really came about as when I got into the brewing industry 6 years ago. I told my wife, I said, "Hey, I'm going to open my own craft brewery one day," and here we are.
Here we are. We are literally inside. I don't know how many video tours you've done. I may pick up the phone at some point so that we can really get it, but we can kind of see here most of it. I think here we're currently standing about close to, so the bar is going to be over here. Yep. And then you said, for people that cannot see, the front door is to my left. And then you said over here,
this will be a new double door going out to like a roughly 600 square foot permeable patio. And then a lot of plantings and rock walls and stuff. So it'll be a huge transition of what it looks like.
And importantly, what else is out there?
Right now we have an 18 space parking lot. That'll change. We're taking away 3 spots. So we'll change that to 15 parking spaces.
But he has his own parking lot. Yeah. So which, anywhere in the city of Milwaukee, having your own parking lot of that size is absolutely huge.
Right.
But what you really wanted to be able to talk about is what's going to be over here.
Yeah. So right when you walk in the front door, right to your right will be the whole brewing area. So it'll be a 5-barrel brew house. We'll have some 3.5-barrel fermenters and then some 5-barrel fermenters. But we'll kind of encapsulate it in a little 3-foot wall, so we're not blocking it off so you guys can't see. Because I think breweries look cool.
Yeah,
because even I've been in the industry this long, and I was like poking around, like, oh, I want to see that shiny stainless steel. Yeah, so brew house will be along the back wall and fermenters and stuff. And then to your left when you walk in,
I'll move this,
will be the bar area.
Yeah, so over here, as we said, coming in, we've got the front door, which will be the brewery, and then I'll adjust this, looking down here. And over here, you said you kind of talked about the angle of...
Yeah, so we love angles, especially like with this era of this building, 1950s. Just the architecture on the outside is a lot of like funky angles, which is really cool. But we're going to kind of play into that with the bar. So the bar will be angled a little bit, and then kind of jetting out. It'll be an 18-seat bar. And then in the back, on the back side of the brew house, in this corner will be a stage for some live music. So a big part of that is I grew up doing a lot of music. So we kind of want to make it like a small incubator scene for Milwaukee music. So a lot of small artists. It'll still be a pretty big stage. Roughly, you could probably fit about a 5-piece full band on there, but we want to kind of keep it smaller and
so stage here. And then you said event, like this is also going to open up. There's you guys can't see it really well. I'm not going to walk you through every single little nook and cranny here, but there's another room back here that you said part of the chimney is here that it has to be left there. But it's going to open up back there for a more additional seating that'll kind of have a little more of a comfy-ish kind of vibe.
Right. Yeah, we'll have more couches, comfortable like armchairs and stuff. Okay. But it'll be kind of, you'll still feel a part of the tap room, but you'll be kind of secluded back there where it's a little quieter if things are kind of busy back here. So if you want to have some friends and have an actual conversation while not yelling, that's a good spot.
Yeah. Well, and so this is kind of what we're starting with. Like, this is going to be what people see for the most part when they come in, hopefully later this fall. But for people, when they do come in, they're going to see that there's some stairs going up this way too.
Right.
So you're hoping that eventually that can maybe become more of an event space and whatnot. But for the most part, it is going to be very open. Like this whole thing is going to be, brewery, the bar leading to the outside. You can kind of see here too. I know you were talking about these wood beams and that tree line, obviously very woodsy. So I know that you're hoping that plays into the kind of vibe that you're going to get in this tap room.
We're like pretty fortunate. Like these are solid, like true 2x12s, I think they are. Which is awesome, and they were covered up with a lot of really old insulation.
Well, of course they were.
Drop ceiling.
Yeah, the classic drop ceiling from the 80s and 90s and early on.
But then it's a positive too for live music. Working with our architect is like, that's going to be great. Leaving this open because wood is a much better acoustic than just ceiling, because if you have like a drywall ceiling, kind of just bounces everywhere. This kind of just eats it up. So the sound in here will be kind of toned it down a little bit naturally with not even adding anything to it. So, and
I know you're hoping to get some plants and everything in here too. So I'm just excited. I know this is just a very brief kind of synopsis walkthrough. I know at some point we're going to have you on for a more in-depth interview on your background, about Treeline, what that will all be. But yeah, I really appreciate you taking the time to walk us through this. I'm really excited, especially you bringing a brewery to a neighborhood that does not currently have anything like that. I know that's part of your real big passion. We'll dive into that with an interview here later on. But yeah, everybody be on the lookout. We'll be providing more updates on Treeline. I'm sure we'll be able to do a walkthrough, hopefully, kind of a progress. I mean, this is the first time that we're able to do a true before and after. I know I would have loved to be here before you completely tore it into it, but this is, it's almost like the shell. You're getting kind of the basics of what is to come, essentially.
Exactly. And I'm more than happy to have you anytime, because I mean, it's cool to see, and I own the building. And I'm doing a lot of the
and so before we go, where can people follow Treeline and follow?
So we're on Facebook and Instagram right now. We're currently building our website, so pause on that for a little bit. But we're hoping, towards the end of summer, probably about a month out, as we'll have the website up and running for some merch stuff, so we can get drop ship merch to you guys without even coming here yet. And then obviously we'll have merch too for opening day too.
Yeah. Well, and unlike a lot of breweries, like you have been on top. You've been posting some updates and keeping people in the loop, which we at Badger Beer Report really appreciate. So
I'll shout out my wife on that one. She's all about it. She's like, don't forget to take pictures. I'm like, I got it.
That's awesome. But so be on the lookout for more updates here on Treeline, and we will look forward to when you eventually open your doors here later this year, hopefully.
Sweet. Yeah.
Awesome. Cheers, everybody.